Today we are going to discuss the self-learning module for fourth quarter, week 2. Music and arts, musical characteristics and cultural backgrounds of Philippine theatrical forms. In this module, you will learn and appreciate the different theatrical forms such as Comedia, Moro-Moro, Cersuela, Vaudeville, shadow play, dance drama, and cenaculo. Organizing and presenting a performance of the discussed theatrical forms culminates your education experiences. Listen carefully in the following discussions of the lessons for you to be able to answer your music and arts activities. Philippine theatrical form is described as an act performed on stage with live performance. Theater arts in the Philippines have been alive since early 1600s. The Philippine theater is consisting of different influences from other countries. Philippine theater comes in a variety of forms, usually shown or performed during festival. The kind of theater productions that are performed and most famous in the Philippines are widely known throughout the country and in Asia. Comedia, a theatrical form that describes the conflict of Christians and Muslims. It was descended from 16th century Spanish comedia or play, the earliest known form of organized theater created by Spanish priests. Comedia is one of the colorful theatrical traditions in the Philippines used by the Spanish as a method to spread Christianity. Further, Comedia usually performed during festivals and fiestas, and it is performed in villages throughout the Philippines. There are two types of Comedia, the secular Comedia and religious Comedia. Secular Comedia that are usually performed in town celebrations. An example of secular Comedia popularized in the 1600s is the Moro-Moro, that uses stories that evolve around kings, queens, princesses, animals, and supernatural beings. Another type of secular comedia in Nueva Ecija is called tibag or arakio that is performed during Santa Cruzan. Religious comedia is mostly performed to enhance religious festivities. It focuses on the life of religious icons. Examples are Siete Palabras, Cenaculo, the Lenten presentation of Passion of the Christ, and Comedia de San Miguel.
Itong ating mundo, sadyang pagtatas. Tuwid ay palaging tinataliwas.
Ang tumatamasa lamang ng totoong batas ay ang makapangyarihan at nasa itaas.
Hindi dahil binyagan, ibig sabihin ay kaaway.
Hindi dahil hindi kauri, ibig sabihin ay katunggali.
Sa ating nakaraan, na tayo dito.
May pag-asa pa bang makarating sa mundo?
Ang dulang ito ay alay sa nangarap. Nangarap at mangangarap pa para sa dulaan.
Hindi! Ang dulang ito ay alay sa mga inabi, pinaslang, pinagwalang bahala, at sa lahat ng biktima na kawalang hustisya.
Cenaculo, a theatrical presentation of Christ's Passion every Holy Week. It takes at least 8 days to perform from Palm Sunday to Easter Sunday. Acted out on a proscenium type of stage with painted cloths and paper backdrop, showcasing the different costumes worn in biblical times. Cersuela. It is an art form of lyric theater drama, comical in nature, and it is incorporated with singing, dancing, and dialogue. Originated from Spain and was made popular in the Philippines in the 1800s, and it is carried through alternating combination of songs and speech, and incorporates vocal ensemble, various types of folk music and dance. It portrays the typical Filipino realities and stories in a particular country and social relations which viewers can relate in their lives, such as elections and feasts, marriage and family, vices and values. Further, Cersuela, usually nationalistic in theme and plot, and is showcased by actors and actresses wearing traditional costumes, the Pilipiñanas and Barong Tagalog. The Philippine Cersuela depicts stories told in integrated folklore. Some of the props are made out of materials made from local resources such as kapis and rattan. One of the most popular Cersuela in the country is Walang Sugat. Vaudeville. It is a stage show that became popular during the Japanese period based on the French vaudeville. Vaudeville was developed because city growers wanted to uplift their emotional stability from the usual stage acts to a stage presentation featuring comedy, musical, monologue, skits, impersonators, acrobats, and even magical acts. These are the pictures of the different vaudeville stars: Bayani Casimiro, Togo and Pugo, Deli Atay-Atayan, Chichay, Rogelio de la Rosa, Leopoldo Salcedo, Dolph Piquison, and Katie de la Cruz.
Vaudeville. Pininturahang entablado na kinagagalawan ng mga awitin, sayawan, iyakan, halakhakan. Isang daigdig na ngayoy alingaw-ngaw na lamang. Vaudeville. Sari-saring mga tinig at anino na bumabalik kasabay ng mga napakatamis na alaala. Ito ang aming kwento sa mundo ng entablado. Ito ang aking buhay. Tignan mo, bumubusilak ang mundo. Bumubusilak na parang pilak, kulay pilak, ikabig tulak ang mundo, buong mundo. Dinggin mo, awit ng entablado. Gumigiling, gumising, entablado.
Ang iyong titingnan,
Kung iyong pakikinggan,
di ano, sino, bakit, saan, ulo, pinagmulan,
mundo at entablado, isa lamang. Mundo at entablado, isa lamang.
Shadow puppetry or shadow play. It is an ancient form that uses flat, expressed figures to produce cut-out figures which are held together by sticks and sometimes threads, to create movement which are shown behind a thin layer of cloth or screen and a light source to create the shadows. Sometimes puppets are made by colored translucent papers like cellophane.
Shadow puppetry. Okay, it's an ancient art form. It is used for storytelling. You basically have puppets and a screen and a light source. So, masyado siyang matanda. Okay, isa siya sa pinakamatatanda actually na forma ng sining na ginagamit sa pagtatanghal.
Dance drama is a drama that is performed through dance movements, frequently with dialogue or even singing. It is popular for retelling of famous national literatures. Actors act out scenes through complex gestures, language which imitates actions in real life, and rhythmic body movement as an expressive public performance. Visual arts through costumes and settings play a big role in creating the right feel and ambience to deliver the message of the story of the dance drama. In physical education, we're going to discuss the Tinulabong dance skills development. Tinulabong is a favorite dance of the mountain people of the barrios of Panitan and Loktugan, Capiz. This is another Philippine dance named after a bird. The bird called tulabong in Capiz, Visayan Islands is a species of heron with a long neck, long legs, a long tapering bill, a large wing, and soft white feather. These birds are commonly seen riding serenely on the back of carabaos or water buffalo. The carabaos like these birds because they peck at the insects that annoy their host. When resting or sleeping, these birds usually stand on one foot while the other is raised with a claw resting behind the knee of the standing foot. The tinulabong dance imitates the movement of this bird. Costumes of tinulabong dance. The girls wears red or white shirt and white loose blouse with a long sleeve and close neck. Boys wears red or white trousers and white camisa de chino. Both dancers are on barefoot, as you can see on the picture. The music of this dance is in 2/4 time. You can count 1 and 2 and non-communicable diseases, specifically the cardiovascular disease and cancer. Non-communicable diseases cannot be transmitted from one person to another. Many of these diseases are caused by unhealthy lifestyle. Some do not cause problems until the person is quite old. Examples of the non-communicable diseases include cardiovascular disease and cancer. Cardiovascular diseases are diseases of the heart and blood vessels. These include the heart and vascular diseases. The following are the different heart or cardio diseases. Congenital heart disease is an abnormality in the heart structure that you are born with. Congestive heart failure is the ability of the heart to keep up with the demands on it. With failure of the heart to pump blood with normal efficiency. When this occurs, the heart is unable to provide adequate blood flow to the other organs such as the brain, liver, and kidneys. Arrhythmia. It is a condition in which the heart beats with an irregular or abnormal rhythm. Rheumatic heart disease. Active or inactive diseases of the heart that results from rheumatic fever and that is characterized by reduced functional capacity of the heart caused by inflammatory changes in the myocardium or scarring of the valves. Myocardial infarction or heart attack occurs when the heart muscle tissue dies from lack of oxygen because of the reduced blood flow. The following are the different vascular or blood vessel diseases. Arteriosclerosis is a group of vascular diseases characterized by thickening or loss of elasticity of arterial walls, as you can see on the picture. While the arteriosclerosis is a form of arteriosclerosis. It occurs when a fatty substance, such as cholesterol, is deposited on the walls of the arteries. Cancer is caused by abnormal cells growing without control. As these abnormal cells grow, they form in masses called tumors. Tumors can either be benign or malignant. Benign are masses of cells that are not cancerous and do not spread, while malignant are masses of cells that are cancerous. They spread to other parts of the body, which we call metastases. The following are the list of most common cancers. Where it occurs or origin, how common it is, and how curable it is. Skin, most common, 95% of treated persons recovered. Colon and rectum, second most common, mostly in men, but increasingly in women. About half of treated persons live for 5 years or longer after treatment. Lungs, most common in men. Only about 10% of treated patients lived. Breast, most common in women. About 70% of treated females recovered. Reproductive organ, male prostate gland, testicle, female cervix. More than 60% of patients treated recovered. Bone marrow or leukemia or lymphoma, most common in children. About 85% of treated patients live for leukemia, while 90% for lymphoma. The following are the warning signs of cancer. The acronym of caution up. Change in bowel or bladder habits. A sore that does not heal. Unusual bleeding or discharge. Thickening or lump in the breast. Indigestion or difficulty in swallowing. Obvious change in wart or mole. Nagging cough or hoarseness. Unexplained weight loss. And persistent hoarseness. We have 3 types of treatment of cancer. Number 1, surgery. This involves removal of tumor and repair of the affected organ. Number 2, the radiation therapy or radiotherapy. This involves attacking the cancer cells with X-rays or particles from radioactive substances. And number 3, the drug therapy or chemotherapy. This has been an important method of cancer treatment. It is proven effective in treating leukemia and lymphoma.